it's Rello in my confessional once fucking again. Who would have thunk? Really? In my confessional, Rello? Who knows? And the thing is, right, that yeah, a lot of shit has just gone down, and you know, I don't remember where we left off last time, but I will, you know, just cover what has happened since then. So Max got voted off, unfortunately. That was my partner. I am honestly kind of sad about it, and apparently there was a redemption island situation, and he did not survive that, unfortunately. He did really well, but then Connor came in and it was jigsaw puzzles. He's just apparently not very good with them. So, yeah. There's a lot of fucking bullshit going on. Genuinely. Right, the next person out was Aqua, and the next person out was Connor. And these got voted out of Dama and Athens and then Dama respectively. The one who made it back was Connor. So he's here with a vengeance. He's not very happy with BK, he wasn't very happy with Dom, and he's not very happy with Flame. And honestly, I heard a lot of shit, especially from Gage, around BK and him, you know, not liking me, seeing me as a threat, wanting me out. And I really believed it, which I feel really stupid in hindsight, but I really thought that, you know, it made sense at the time, you know? And then we got to the first merge tribal. Zephyr was immune, which was a good thing, because that was someone from what I thought was my alliance, which would be Yali, Andro, Zephyr, and Sparrow. And then the tribal came around. Connor tells me that BK is targeting me, and I obviously start freaking out a little bit. I start targeting BK. I rally the troops, and yeah, I guess that's just what happened there. But then the big twist of the century is that BK texted me and he was like, "Yo, Rello, I've been asleep. I could have not pushed you. Like, there's no fucking way." And the thing is, right, I talked to BK. We had like a long fucking chat over Overwatch, and Yali was like, before that, trying to tell me that, you know, BK and you can maybe work together, you know, like, I don't think it's that bad. And apparently he had talked to her, and he had like told her like what the fuck is going on here, and he was gonna talk to me, and he did, and we solved it. I think that what happened is that Connor wanted BK out. He wanted me as a scapegoat, so he told me I was being targeted, and, you know, we saw what happened. In the end, I ended up switching the vote on Dom, because even though BK made sense when he explained what happened, yeah, it made sense, but I had a really hard time trusting him, so I told him that if he wanted to work together, I'd have him vote out Dom. I would have him vote off Dom there. And further, I guess furthermore, what else? Yeah, so that happened. I changed the vote over to Dom, and I think everyone pretty much voted for Dom apart from BK and Dom himself, who both voted for me. And BK voted for me. He covered it with me beforehand, and he told me like, "Yo, I'm gonna do it because it doesn't make me seem like such a snake." And yeah, that happened. BK and me are still working very closely together. I will be very sad if after this season I realized that BK was playing me the whole time. I really hope he wasn't, but honestly, I'm just in very unfamiliar territory at the moment because I'm not used to being such a huge target, you know? I usually play very undercover, as you might have been able to see if you've watched me in any other orgs or even the last season I played in Volumes. I think the way that JPEG described it is a very accurate description of my playing style, with him saying that I'm the combination of sweeping tribal but also not having a threat level. I'm generally pretty well liked, not to sound conceited or anything. It's just the playstyle that I have, which is pretty much just, don't be a dick. Talk to people, try to make yourself likable, and then, just try to survive. That didn't really work last time, unfortunately, because people saw my threat level. I didn't even see it myself, honestly. But in this case, I don't fucking know what happened, but genuinely, I feel like I'm being blamed for a lot of things that I didn't do. The univote was definitely me. I would definitely fucking claim that as one of my moves if I thought it was beneficial to me. But, I don't know. I feel like it wasn't. Like, necessarily. And I honestly don't feel like I should have, been having that whole, Relos ruling the tribe reputation from that vote alone. And, the Dom vote, that one I take full fucking responsibility for. Like, yeah, shit went down. I don't expect I'll survive. Honestly, my only goal now is to make it the final 5. Right, so the next part I think I should probably cover is the current tribal. So the next challenge was some weird type of touchy subjects. I don't even know what it was called, honestly. JPEG, if you see this, fucking type it in or something. And I won that. Yay! I don't get to, be fake targeted. Haha, excitement. But it's also led to a tribal where no one's willing to push anyone, and now we're all scrambling last second. Currently, if I were to describe what the tribe looks like at the moment, BK and me are working together. BK as Coco and Flame specifically. And I thought I had Sparrow, Zephyr, Yali, and Andro, but due to reasons that I will talk about in a second, I now only have Yali and Andro. The thing is, both BK and me have extremely large threat levels for some fucking reason. Right. Sorry, there's some stuff going on in the volumes chat right now. And Flame. Right, so what has been happening here? The tribal waited until last second before any moves were made. But even last night, I was hearing from BK about Connor wanting to make an alliance to take Yali and Coco out. Specifically Yali, he told me, because, I'm close to Yali. Moving on to the next day, where we are currently, Connor's Yali push has been made apparent to Andro, Yali herself, and Coco, who are not very happy with it, and they started making moves to take out Holden. Unfortunately, they talked to Shinx about it. And Shinx is a direct fucking leak of funnel straight to Gage, who is leaking all kinds of both misinformation and just information overall. Fuck. Right, shit, sorry. I keep getting sidetracked here because the tribal is obviously still going on, but I wanted to crank this out tonight, you know, before all the bullshit started. For real. Sparrow and Zephyr have apparently been pushing Andro, which, you know, kind of does make it seem like they're no longer with me and Yoli. And that they're kind of traitors. Hold on.
I'm finally not watching a movie anymore, but I'm gonna take a shower and I'll be back.
Right, moving on. Fuck, shit. And currently, okay, so because of Sparrow being potentially taken into Connor's alliance as a number, and Connor's numbers would be Connor's alliance, Connor's alliance, voting for Yami / Coco. This alliance would be Connor himself. Fuck. This alliance would be Connor himself, Holden of course, because our King Holden and Connor, they're partners. Sparrow and Zephyr, who have stopped communicating with us. At least Sparrow has stopped communicating with me, which makes me really sad, because genuinely Sparrow was my ride or die, but I just feel like my trust and commitment is not being returned right now. My god, I sound like I'm in a fucking relationship with Sparrow. Okay, well, moving on. Shinx and Gage. Shinx is leaking directly to Gage. Gage is spouting information in all kinds of directions. But this means that the leftovers and the people that are not interested in being puppeteered by Connor are, I guess, I would say it's Coco's alliance, actually. I wouldn't say that's... I suggested the start of it, but I'd still say it's Coco's alliance because she was the one pushing a lot. So, Coco's alliance would be Coco, Flame, Yoli, Andro, and myself. Adding to that, BK, who I'm still acting like I fucking hate. And pretty much what's happening is Coco's alliance has an extra vote. Because BK has one. Which means that we can target anyone out of these people in Connor's alliance. The Holden vote got leaked because Coco talked to Shinx, Shinx leaked to Gage, Gage leaked to Zephyr, and like Connor. So they know. So we're changing the vote. And with our... Because it could technically... If you're just looking at this, it would be a deadlock. 6-6. And with BK's vote, assuming they don't have anything, it's gonna be a 7-6. We're targeting Zephyr. Zephyr is a name that has not come up at all. Sparrow as well. And with Zephyr pushing around with Andro and obviously not being committed to anyone on this fucking side, not wanting to leak any votes, not wanting to give any names, you know, we're just kind of over it, and we're assuming that Zephyr is not interested in working with us, so we have to take him out. Yeah, I think that's what's happening at the moment. We're also gonna try and spread some rumors that Gage is the one being targeted out. So Gage, who has some sort of like 50-50 idol, I don't know, it's complicated. That he washes the idol. I hope he flushes it, because then that will make it a lot easier to take him out, because he's just spouting information all fucking kinds of directions. He needs to go. Right, so I guess this is for my trust ranking for this video confessional, because I mean, if I'm making one, I might as well put a bit of trust ranking in there. So my first place would surprisingly be BK, seeing as, you know, we were at each other's throats and on different sides of the game just, you know, a day or two ago. But I feel like the fact that we got that kind of start for our relation means that we also don't really have a reason to lie to each other anymore, because we already have huge threat levels. And I honestly don't even feel like I was legitimately getting blamed. Like, Gage thought that I was the one pushing Holden when it was actually Coco doing it. So I don't really know what's going on there. Like, how the fuck did it turn into me again? But BK also has that kind of problem. He's being blamed for a lot of things that might not be him. And I think that people are overestimating his power levels. I definitely think he has a lot of power levels. Like, a lot of power. But I also feel like there's definitely a lot of other threats, like Connor and Holden, Sparrow and Zephyr, and, well, not really Gage, but Gage is just information, that people are really underestimating. I think that Coco and Flame would definitely also be able to pull it back to be contenders. I mean, it's only Final 12 right now. There's a lot of times left. So, yeah. But the second on my list is Yoli. She's been with me since day one, and I'm with her till fucking death. BK and Yoli are legitimately the only people on this list I would genuinely just walk into the grave for. But my goal is to get to Final 5, because if we get to Final 5, I get some Nitro. And your person needs some Nitro. I'm too broke for this. So yeah, BK and Yoli. I guess my next person down, surprisingly, would be Andrew. I haven't talked a lot to Andrew. It's just, you know, Yoli's partner. I trust him. He seems fine. Next person down, Coco. I love Coco. Coco's really nice. It's just that we've had a really hard time, because I have been in a bit of a tense situation with Coco's partner Flame, because, you know, stuff I've talked about before. We've kind of ended on a sour note with the swap hitting when it did right after the Univote. As well as, you know, neither of us actually reaching out during the merge. I took that step now because of the alliance. I figured, you know, prime time. And we've talked a little bit, and, you know, I feel like we can probably pick up, like, a relation from here on out. I still feel like Flame is not going to be as trustworthy to me as, you know, anyone else, really. Apart from, like on our side anyway, so, yeah. So next person down is Flame, because she's not actively counteracting me, but she's also not really trustworthy to me, because we haven't really talked a lot. Next person down, I'm so sad to see Sparrow jump so far down the list. Next person is Shinx. Shinx may be leaking information and playing the middle, but he's also kind of just there. He's not really making any big moves. He's not spreading any huge rumors. So yeah. Next person, Holden. I don't know why, honestly, at this point, it's just, there's no difference in between these people, because they're just like Connor, Zephyr, Sparrow, Gage. Honestly, I feel like with Shinx, Holden, and Connor, it's all just the same. They're not working with me. They've made it obvious they're not working with me. Shinx is less so than Connor and Holden. And Holden is counteracting me less than Connor is, as far as I can tell anyways. Zephyr I haven't really had a chance to talk to, but I also don't trust Zephyr at fucking all. Sparrow I just feel really betrayed by, because I was genuinely going to do everything for him. I thought that was my partner until the end, and the spot is now being filled by Gage, because for some reason Sparrow decided that, you know, he didn't want to work with me anymore. And I think it has something to do with the perception that I'm this big, bad fucking villain. That I don't even know where that... I don't understand how my reputation got so big. Like, I definitely feel like I'm making moves, maybe, and that's probably why, but I'm also having a really hard time seeing... I don't know. I feel like I'm just being blown up as a shield, and you know, that's fine. It's a very different playstyle from what I'm used to, and it's honestly very interesting to try it from a different perspective. But yeah, right, and Gage is just a leaky spout. He's just leaky, spreading misinformation, spreading information that's actually true. I don't think he's playing with me, so he's playing with the other side. He's also not trustworthy in the fucking least. It's nothing to do with my personal relation to Gage. I love Gage. Gage is a really nice person, but in the game, he's not trustworthy at fucking all. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll come back whenever I decide to make another video confessional. But for now, I think this is long enough. I'm sorry it's so long, and if you got to the end, kudos to you for appreciating my efforts in making these. So yeah, I think that's it for me. Yeah, goodbye.